What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, coming to you from the lab. I had to grab that real quick, I'm sorry. From the lab, y'all know what we do. Welcome to Work for It Wednesday. That's what we do. We work for Wednesday. We put in that work. Are you putting in that work? Are you putting in that work today? I don't care what it is that you have to accomplish today. You got to do that work. You've got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. If you're going to separate yourself from everyone else, if you're not going to be like everybody else, if you're going to be different from everybody else, if you're going to be above average, not average, if you're going to be not mediocre, you're going to be excellent in everything you do. You got to put in that work. That's what we do. What's up, D? I know y'all were looking for me this morning. I'm sorry, but I had an appointment that I had to go to this morning, so I had to take care of some business. So y'all know I'm going to be here. I am going to be here. I am Mr. Consistent. I've got to get it in. I had to get it in any way that I could get it in today. So I knew I was going to get it in this time. I didn't know what time I was going to be able to do the live, but I was going to do the live because I owe it to you. I owe it to each and every one of you that show up for me here each and every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., usually 9 a.m. in the brand new suite, where we talk insight, wisdom, ideas, tips, tools, and strategies that hopefully will assist you in being able to reclaim your time. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your time so that you can be more organized and more structured and focused and organized and dealing with your family, with your friends, and with those that you serve. That is our goal. That is our assignment here at JNF Enterprises, but mine more specifically the Impact Builder, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. Yes, sir. So we're here this afternoon. I'm gonna be quick. I'm not gonna be long. I'm gonna give y'all a little something. Then I'm gonna get back to working. I got to finish my work that I got to put in for the day. So this is part of my work, but I got other work that I got to do. So, but anyway, y'all know what we've been doing this week. We've been talking about watch me work. Those are the three words, y'all, this week. Watch me work. When somebody says, well, how's your week going? What you got going on? Watch me work. I'm working all week this week because I have the mind of an entrepreneur. What's the mind of an entrepreneur that you asked? We talked Monday about watch me work, spotting opportunities. Watch me work. Watch me take risk, not being afraid to take risk as entrepreneurs. You cannot be an entrepreneur and not be willing and want to take risk. That is part of your DNA. If that ain't a part of your DNA, you're more than likely not going to be an entrepreneur. You're not going to be a leader. Though these are the DNA of an entrepreneur. So you gotta spot opportunities, be able to spot opportunities. You gotta be willing to take risk. And then today, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about watch me work, talking about envisioning the future. Envision the future. I told you we do not around this here parts. You know how they say it down south. Around this here parts, we do not. We think about the future. We do not think in days. We do not think in weeks. We do not think in months, quarters. We think in decades. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, if you're going to be a great entrepreneur, you must think in decades. I want you to think in decades, not in months, not in years. I want you to think in decades. I know we have when we break it down, we break it down into weeks, months, quarters, years, but we think of the big picture. We think of 10 years from now, 19, I was going to say 19, 2034, y'all, 2034. Where do you want to be? And then once you see where it is that you want to be in 2034, you then think back. You reverse engineer it and see how you need to get to 2034. Whatever that decade is for you, I want you to thinking about that now. What is this? May 29th, 2034. Where do you want your business, and your brand to be? And the choices that you make today, each of those choices, each and every single one of those choices must move you to where it is that you see in 2034. That's the assignment. That's what you're doing. As an entrepreneur, as a leader, you must, it is important that you think about, that you see, in every aspect of what you do, you're thinking ahead. That's what you're doing. That's what separates entrepreneurs and leaders from everybody else. You think ahead. In this Work For It Wednesday, you're not thinking about this Wednesday. You're thinking about next Thursday, and the next Thursday, and the next Thursday, and the next Thursday, or Wednesday, I should say. What are you doing today that's going to get you to next Wednesday? I was listening to it's a new book that I'm listening to. This one happens to be on an audio book, but he was talking about two different types of people that are consistent, right? Talking about consistency. He was talking about people that were consistent. And he was talking about one guy decided that each and every day he wanted to keep his calorie. He wanted to reduce his calorie intake to 125 calories a day. So his food regimen reflected that he was only going to he was going to reduce the way that he ate. He was only going to have 125 calories per day. So everything that his meal plan was around 125 calories per day. Then he gave the example of another dude. He wasn't so rambunctious about eating healthy. All he thought about was what extravagant stuff that he could have. He added a bar to his house. He added a couple of kinds of liquor to his house, and over a period of time, and I forgot what time the narrator said that the book was, but over, I think, a year maybe, or something like that. I think it was a year, I think is what he said. But within that year's time, the one guy that was eating healthy, that only stuck to 125 calories, had lost something like 30 to 30 pounds or so, 30 to 50 pounds, while the other dude had gained weight. I don't know how much he said he gained, but they both had a way of thinking about something and had a goal in mind. But the one, he was thinking in terms of how can I be healthier. The other one was thinking in terms of, hey, I just want to enjoy life. I want to just be able to do what I want to do. So as a consequence, the one brother who who was adamant and committed to only having 125 calories, he wound up being healthier. While the other dude, his belly growing and everything from what the guy's saying. So you've got to envision where it is that you're trying to go. If part of your being an entrepreneur, part of being a leader, part of that should be your health. Part of that should be, what are you focusing on today? I know we're halfway through today, but you still got the end of the day, the rest of the day, to be able to think about your future. What does today, the end of today, look like? What does the end of this week look like for you? I want you to think forward, because the decisions that you make are good. Decisions that you make today affect tomorrow, and then that decision affects tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next year, and the next month. They all connect. We've got to be consistent about the decisions that we make. We've got to be committed to the decisions that we say we want, that we make, and where it is that we want to be. You've got to envision your future. Keep the vision of your future in front of you. What happens when you allow the future planning and future thinking to drive your decisions and your choices? It's a beautiful thing that happens. I promise you, those that use the envision the future, they're the ones that are successful. They're the ones that are above average. They're the ones who accomplish what it is that they seek to accomplish. Do you think that we've been talking about Mr. Walt Disney? We've been talking about him all week, so I'm gonna keep that theme going. Think about Walt Disney. Think about Mr. Disney and how he envisioned the future. And tell a quick story about Mr. Walt Disney and his wife. Because I saw this was when they were doing before, not the one that's out now about how Disney built America, but this was the other one where where the History Channel was talking about the Titans, or the Titans that built America, and I think Disney was one of them. But they were saying that at the opening of Disney Land, which I think is in Florida, whichever one is in Florida, I think that's Disneyland. But they were saying that his wife, she was at the opening, and Mr. Disney had passed away. And one of the people that were standing there next to her with her, they said to her, we know your husband. We know you wished your husband could be here to see this. And you know what she said to them? She said he already saw it. He saw it before anybody else. What is it that you have, that you're envisioning, that you see it before anybody else can see it? The manifestation or the bringing it to reality is just everybody else seeing it. Because if you're going to have a vision, you're going to have to see it before anybody else. I want you to tell yourself that today, that you've got to see it before anybody else can see it. You've got to see it before anybody else can see it. Because if you don't see it, nobody else will. It's not their vision. It's your vision. And it's your responsibility to bring your vision to reality. Just as Mr. Walt Disney did. He brought his vision to reality. And he needed those around him, his circle of impact, in order to be able to do that. But he was the engine that brought it to fruition. You don't see Disneyland, you don't see Disney World, you don't see Mickey Mouse, you don't see Disney Corporation, this multi-billion-dollar corporation, if Mr. Disney doesn't envision the future for it. So what are you envisioning for the future of your business? What are you envisioning for the future of your brand? What does that look like? I want you to think about that today. What does the future of your business, what does the future of your brand look like? Because here's the thing. Here's what's going to separate you from everybody else. As others look at today, as they're thinking about today, they're thinking about yesterday, watch you in doing this, envisioning your future, watch you shape tomorrow. If you want to shape your tomorrow, you've got to envision it today. You've got to envision the future tomorrow, for tomorrow. But you've got to envision the future. But you've got to see it before you see it. I want you to say that all day today. You got to see it before you see it. And it's just like, and I hate to be quoting, movies and shows and stuff like that, but James St. Patrick from the show Power, he says, I get them because I get them. You can't get it if you don't get it. You've got to get it before you can get it. You've got to see it before you can see it. That's what all of this is about, y'all. Great entrepreneurs, great minds, great leaders get it before they get it. They see it before they see it. They go after it in order to be able to build it. So envision your future. Write down what you envision your brand looking like. What does it look like? What does that new product that you're working on look like? What does that enhanced product look like for you? What does that service, that new service that you're going to offer look like? Envision it. Think big, act boldly, y'all. I've been talking about this, and I've been on this tip for the last month. Think big and act boldly. Those that envision the future, think big and act boldly. Building those different aspects of your brand, of your business, so that you can maneuver and so that you can be a part of the future, so that your business can be a part of the future. But you got to build it right now. I'm going to say this one more time. As others look at today, we watch and shape tomorrow. So don't worry about what everybody else is doing. I don't want you thinking about what everybody else is doing. Focus on what you're doing for your business, for your brand. And you'll find yourself in 2034 already, because you're working on it. Your today is 2034. So work as if you're getting to 2034. I want you to see 2034. What does 2034 look like? And you close your eyes and think about, what does 2034 look like for me, my business, and my brand? And then you utilize your personal value system. You utilize your brand value system in order to be able to bring it to reality. What is that? What does it say? What is your personal value system? What is your brand value system? For me, mine is using wisdom, having vision, being unique, being committed, being consistent, operating in excellence, and being accountable. Everything that I do, that's what my envision. That's my envision. The future looks like. I'm using wisdom. I have the vision of what my brand looks like. I'm going to be unique, because I'm not going to be like everybody else, standing out from everybody else, being committed to what it is that I say that I want my business and my brand to be, and being consistent at making the choices that move me in that direction. Working in excellence in everything that I do. I want to make sure that I'm performing in excellence. That's giving those that I work for, those that work with me, and those that I serve, giving them my best effort. It ain't always going to be perfect, but it's always going to be my best effort. And then being accountable for what it is that I say that I'm going to be accountable for. That's how you envision your future. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. If this sounds even remotely a little bit like what it is that you want to do, you want to work on that 2034 vision. You want to, Leroy, Dr. Leroy, I don't know how to put the pieces together. Well, connect with me, and I'll help you put the pieces to the puzzle together. That's what we do with our entrepreneurial briefcase. We help you put the pieces together. We help you to be able to reclaim your time so you can focus on your vision and be able to bring it to reality. That's what we do. So you can DM me. You can I'll have the link in the description there. So you can connect with me, but connect with me so that we can have a consultation. We can have a conversation about your vision and how we can bring it to reality. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Hope this helps. I want you to go out and envision yourself. I want you to, watch me envision my future, and I want you to do the same. We'll see you all tomorrow. Peace. Have a great day.